Leaky gut syndrome. What is it and why should you even care? If you're interested in learning more, then let's go. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah K. Hoffman, aka A Gutsy Girl, and today we are starting a brand new series all about, you guessed it, leaky gut syndrome. And I know a thing or two about leaky gut and all of its implications on the body because way back when in 2019, I wrote a little book called The Leaky Gut Meal Plan. And so I thought it would be super good, fun, and interesting for me to do an entire YouTube series all about what is leaky gut. And so that's exactly where I want to start today. At its core, leaky gut is simply just when the cells that make up the lining of our small intestine become so inflamed that the lining of the small intestine becomes more permeable or porous than it should be. And so I want to show you this in the most simplistic terms. Let's just imagine that this is the small intestine, and when the gut becomes leaky over time, it just starts to separate little by little. And let's be honest, it's probably not even this much. I'm just doing this in order to show kind of what's going on here. So when it becomes like this, things seep in and out that are not supposed to. And when this happens, foreign substances will enter the bloodstream, causing the body's immune system to shift into reaction mode by creating antibodies against its own tissues. There you go, there you have it. As succinct as possible, that is what leaky gut syndrome, and or you may have heard it in a more medical term, intestinal permeability, is all about. So how do you know if you indeed have a leaky gut? That is the final thing that I want to share with you today. The only way to know for sure is through testing and not guessing. And if I'm to be perfectly honest with you, there isn't necessarily any specific test that will say, yes, your intestines are super permeable, yes, you have leaky gut. However, there are some strong indicators via testing methods. Here they are. Number one, you can ask for a test on your zonulin levels. When you are able to get this test, that can be a great indicator what your zonulin levels are like as to whether or not you have a leaky gut. Number two, you could get an IgG food intolerance test. Now, normally I don't always subscribe to the theory that food intolerance tests are great for everyone and are the magical end-all be-all. But when it comes to a leaky gut, if you get a food intolerance test and you find out that you are intolerant to seemingly everything, that is a strong indicator that your gut might be leaky. For example, when I had my food intolerance test done way back when, I was intolerant to 22 foods. I knew right then and there, along with my practitioner, that my gut was in fact leaky. And the last test, number three, that you could consider is just to get a simple vitamin and mineral status done. The reason is that if you are very low in all of those essential nutrients, in different vitamins and minerals, you might suspect that you have a leaky gut. Of course, I do believe that oftentimes you're gonna need more than that to conclude that your gut is leaky, but it's definitely a place that many functional providers will start with. And last but not least, you could also do a lactulose breath test. This is a very common breath test that is done in the SIBO community, but you could also use something at home as simple as the food marble device. And so, as a quick recap, these are the 4 testing methods that you could consider in order to determine if you have a leaky gut or not. Number 1, test for zonulin levels. Number 2, take a food intolerance test. Number 3, check your vitamin and mineral nutrient status. And last but not least, number 4, take a lactulose test, a breath test, to see if you are reacting. And that's it for today. I'm going to keep it super simple. I do not want to inundate you or overwhelm you with all the things, but I will be back for an entire series all around leaky gut syndrome, what it is, how to get better, symptoms, all the things. So stay tuned. If you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to A Gutsy Girl, and I will see you again next time.